could be making a much bigger impact with your outfits. The colors you're wearing are stopping you from getting a promotion, finding your dream career, and finding the relationship of your dreams. Or at least that's the case according to David Zyla, the man who wrote this book. After styling costumes for theatre shows, helping women personally as a stylist, and working with big celebrity names, David has got a lot of experience working with lots of different women, and his advice all starts with colour. My name is Ellie-Jean, I'm a style consultant, and on this channel, we find our style by finding ourselves. In this book that I've been reading by David Zyla, he breaks down the best colours you should be wearing for different situations in your life. If you're familiar with my channel, you'll know all about the 12 colour seasons. Well, this is similar to that, but it's not quite the same theory. He helps you find if you're a spring, summer, autumn, winter, which could be familiar terms to you. They might not. If they're not, don't worry, I will come on to that. But he also kind of breaks down how to find a specific set of colours for specific feelings or emotions or situations that you want to express. So let's start with your essence colour. This is kind of a base colour, not a neutral. There is a whole section for neutrals. These are basically your colours that you're using to convey certain things. So your essence colour is the closest colour to your skin tone, and this t-shirt that I'm wearing, this silk t-shirt, is a really great example of my essence colour, which is a dusky rose. Your essence colour is your version of white. So whenever people are wearing white, this is when you should wear your essence colour. He recommends it for situations when you want to express your genuine, open self. Like, he tells a story of a therapist who he worked with who ends up painting her room in her essence colour because it's a very open, intimate colour to make people feel comfortable around you and make them feel like you're being vulnerable and kind of your naked self with them. And so for your essence colour, he recommends like getting a lampshade in this colour, having yoga clothes for being at home in this colour so you feel like you're almost being naked because this colour is like the closest version of your skin tone. It could be like the background for your business card, or you could paint your bedroom in it. So it's very, very open, intimate scenarios. So the words that I picked that I think are closest to my skin tone from his list were dusty rose, pearl, and eggshell pink. I have a lot of pinkiness in my skin. So the next colour he recommends to look for is your romantic colour. So your romantic colour is your version of red, which brings me to kind of where this whole idea originates from, is that there's these certain myths and ideas that we carry around for us that certain colours are for certain situations. So a lot of people think of red as their like sexy colour, so they'll wear red on dates or as their lipstick or like as their lingerie, and actually this might not be the best romantic colour for you. Now, we talk a lot on this channel about like the best colours for you, and what I love about what David Zyla does is that he thinks about it in context of the situation you're in and the kind of thing you're trying to represent and the kind of effect you're trying to make, and that certain colours are better for that than other colours. And so I think this is like a really cool idea that he has. So to find your romantic colour, you look at your hands, the palm of your hands, and you're essentially looking for the color of your flushed skin. So as you can see, like I've got flushed skin here, and he said something about like pinching your first finger is the color your ears go when they're cold as well, or you're embarrassed. So you're looking for that flushed color. And some people's will be like a stronger color than others. And again, you're looking for a representation of that color. Your romantic color is when you want to express your passion and your more sensual energy. My romantic color is somewhere between raspberry and rose. So I said dusky rose was my essence color, and so rose I found like a little confusing when I was trying to go through, but I would say that I generally have very rosy toned skin. So yeah, my flesh color is like actually a lot paler than I thought. So I have a lot of red in my wardrobe, so that's made me think a lot about how I shouldn't really wear red near my face, and if I'm going to have it somewhere, it should be as an accessory. He kind of recommends getting rid of those colors altogether, and he recommends wrapping a gift in this color so that that person feels loved by you. It doesn't just have to be like literal romantic sexual situations. So he recommends buying a flower for your desk in this color, buying like a piece of art in this color because it's kind of your more energetic kind of romantic version of yourself that you're expressing. He recommends buying like a nightgown or a robe in this color, jewelry of course, And I liked his suggestion of putting it on dinner tables actually. Okay, your dramatic color. To find your dramatic color, you have to look at your veins. So you're looking for the darkest color in your veins. And this is your version of blue, and it's when you really want to create an impact, when you want to seem strong and empowered, I guess, kind of like if you're going for a job interview or an important meeting. It's when you want to seem like an authority. After intensely looking at my veins, I decided that my dramatic color was lavender. I have actually very light veins. I've got a lot of blue, purple in my veins, and this isn't a color that I have very much in my wardrobe. It's a very cool lavender. You get lots of different shades of lavender, but mine is definitely a very cool blue, quite deep lavender color. And he recommends wearing this as like an eyeshadow or in a scarf, or you could paint the entryway in your home this color. I loved his suggestion of welly boots in this color. I don't know why, I just think that's a really exciting idea that you could be on a walk and you've got this kind of dramatic force coming from your feet upwards. He also suggested getting like a wine glass or a goblet in this color. Again, I love that kind of association of making that a more powerful thing. Your energy color is found in the darkest part of your iris, but not the ring around your iris, because we're gonna come on to that. The point of your energy color is to restore balance, calm, for when you want to feel centered. He kind of talks about this if you're like going to a family event. And I will say the amount he says or implies that family events are stressful makes me feel like he has some trauma that he needs to get through. But I know what he means, like when you're going to something where you're not necessarily trying to create an impact, but you want to feel confident and you want to feel comfortable. So I guess what he means, I understand what he means about those family kind of big get-togethers where you need like a little bit of support from your wardrobe, but you don't really want to like make a huge impact or make a huge scene, and you also don't want to feel too open and vulnerable either. So he recommends wearing this color if you're going on like a blind date, because you don't know the person, so you might not want to wear your romantic color as that's your most like sensual color, and you might not actually feel in that way. But a blind date is a great way to make them feel like comforted by you if you're wearing the right colors. He also recommends it on like a corporate retreat. My energy color, I decided again after lots of deliberation and nearly blinding myself with the with the mirror and the light around the mirror, I eventually decided that mine is a denim color. Your tranquil color is found in the lightest part of your iris. So where we were looking for the darkest part before, we're now looking for the lightest part. And again, ignore the rim around your iris. This is when you want to feel relaxed, ease stress, when you want to recover from a challenge. It's kind of your spa color. So he recommended having like a cashmere throw in this color, a candle by the side of your bed, doing out your bathroom in this color, having a plant in this color somewhere you want to feel calm, having a hairbrush or a hand mirror in this color. I think he said recommended this color for your bikini when you're on the beach, for example, when you're relaxing and you want to feel completely at peace. And my tranquil color is moonlight green, which I wasn't expecting, which brings me on to how he can be quite pretentious. And a lot of these words, as a British person, do make me giggle, just because of the sincerity of it. I mean, it's a lot to admire that you can be that sincere about colors, and I really love it, and I think you have to be that way. But yeah, being British, it does make me giggle sometimes. But yeah, so in my eyes, I have this very, very almost white color in there somewhere, and it doesn't matter what the overall color of your iris is. You're looking for the lightest point, and for your energy color, you're looking for the darkest point. So yeah, the lightest color in my eyes actually has a kind of green tint to it. It's like almost white but green, and he had the word moon green in the book, and I thought that's just not a color. And I looked it up, and there was this color that they'd called moonlight green, and I thought actually I'm going to use that. I quite like that. Okay, so these next three are your neutrals. Your first base is the ring around your iris, and this is your version of black, so not everyone can get away with black. Most people are really washed out by black and white, but most people are drawn to them, myself included. Most of my wardrobe is black and white, something that I really need to work on. It's a very formal and powerful neutral. It's what you might wear to a funeral instead of black, so that you don't look so harsh. It's what you might wear a job interview if it's that kind of interview. It's what you might wear in like serious professional situations. Basically, if you want to wear black for that scenario, this is the color you would wear instead. And my version of this is Payne's Grey. So it's almost very close to denim, but a bit darker and a bit more grey. Your second base is your version of brown. Mine is mushroom, and you find this in your natural hair color. And this is the darkest shade of your hair. If you don't have your natural hair, like myself, you can look on the underside of your hair if you like have just dyed your hair, I guess. The underside of my hair is also bleached, so that's not gonna work for me. But if you look at your eyebrows with no makeup, that should work. Oh, can you guys hear the rain? It is tipping it down. Okay, how am I gonna get in? I'm wearing velvet. So this is your warmer, less formal neutral. So if you he says if you work in a more warm climate, then this would be a good neutral for you instead of black at work. And mine is like a cool mushroom, ashy, brown, almost grey. And your third base is the lightest colour in your hair you can find. So I really sifted through my eyebrows, and there's a lot of very bright blonde hairs in there, hence why I work with blonde, because I'm a light summer, which is a different thing, but worth noting anyway. And this is your playful, informal neutral. So this is what, if you're like having a fun weekend with your friends, you might wear this colour with one of your other colours that we talked about, so maybe with a dramatic colour and so on. And for me, that colour was pearl. So if you picked for your romantic colour a colour within A, B, C or D, then your next colours you pick should also be within that group. So when you're finding your romantic colour, if you pick a colour within B, you're a summer, like myself. So I was absolutely correct. I already knew I was a summer, but just confirming that. If you pick your first colour within A, you're a spring, C, you're an autumn, and D, you're a winter. And he uses some really wonderful words to describe each of those seasons, so I thought I'd just read out some of my favourite words that he used to help you understand the 4 seasons and their differences a little bit better. So for spring, he described it as bright, dew-drenched, radiant, and similar to artists like Renoir, Manet, and Monet. It's kind of those very French impressionist artists, where everything kind of blurs, but in this quite pastel, beautiful way. Summer he described as sun-baked colours, kind of hazy, shaded, chalky tones that you would find in the morning mist, and he likened summer to the paintings of Gainsborough or Romney. Gainsborough actually painted a lot around from where I'm from, so I love that that's summer. Some words he used to describe autumn include spicy, smoky, blazing, burnished, beautiful word, tawny. He said it reminds him of a mellow harvest, and the paintings of Rembrandt and Toulouse-Lautrec, who I've not heard of, so I'll be interested to see what those paintings look like. Winter colour seasons he described as silent, cool, brilliant, icicles, moonlight, silver, contrast, and paintings of Da Vinci. Now that was all a little bit vague, so if you want to know more about the seasons, make sure to head to this video where I talk about the 12 colour seasons. Let me know in the comments how you get on with finding your true colours, and also which of the 4 main seasons you are a part of. And in the next video where I talk about Zyla, which will hopefully be this time next week, I'm going to talk about how you find your archetype. So your archetype is the next step once you found your summer, and rather than 12 seasons system, it's based on your personality and bringing that through into your colors and into your style, kind of how your true colors embrace your situations and the message you're trying to get across. So if you want to know about that, make sure to hit the notification bell so that you get notified when I make that video about the different archetypes. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.